Yes, guys, you're welcome. And today we're going to be learning on how to build a WordPress website. And to build a WordPress website, you just need to go through 5 steps. Step number 1, as I mentioned the steps, I am going to share with you what it looks like, and then we're just going to kick it up from there. All right, so step number 1 is to buy a domain and a hosting, right? Step number 1 is to buy a domain and a hosting. So I want you to take it like your domain and your hosting are the very first thing you need to get. But before you buy your domain and hosting, you buy your domain and hosting depending on the kind of website you want to build, right? Depending on the kind of website you want to build. Let's take this as an example of building a house. If you want to build a house, depending on the kind of house you want to build, would require the kind of land you want to buy, right? So if you were building a commercial house, a mall, for example, it will determine the kind of area you want to buy it and all this kind of stuff, and the size of the land you want to buy, right? The same thing also happens in building the website. So your hosting is a server space that your website sits on, right? Your hosting is a server space that your website sits on. What is a server? A server is a computer, but that computer is connected to the World Wide Web and it is on 24/7. It is always on. So it is because your website is hosted on that server, that is why people can go online and visit your website anytime, right? Your website is always going to be live as long as it is hosted on that server. And that's what makes your website a live website. And on the other hand, the domain is a web address used to locate your website. Your domain is a web address used to locate your website. So Facebook domain name is facebook.com, Google's domain name is google.com, right? Digital World domain name is digitalworldtech.academy, right? So there's all these domain names that you can buy, plug it with a hosting, and then you have your domain and your hosting. So where do you buy these domain names from? Where do you get these domain names from? Where do you get this hosting from? Where do you buy them from? We buy them from hosting companies, right? So we buy them from hosting companies. And there are so many hosting companies that can sell to you, right? So there is Hostinger, right? There is Hosts. There's HostGator. There's Bluehost. There is SiteGround. There is GoDaddy. There is A2 Hosting. So there are so many. I can go on and on and on and on mentioning different hosting companies that you can buy hosting from, right? So if you want to buy any of this hosting, I recommend that you go for any of these ones. They are good, right? I personally use Hostinger and Bluehost, right? I use Hostinger and Bluehost. Their packages are very, very good. Hostinger and Bluehost. This is Hostinger and this is Bluehost, right? Those are the ones I use. And I have some domain names from GoDaddy that I point them to Hostinger and all that. However, there are many other hosting companies. This is just to mention a few. And even in Nigeria, we have local hosting companies. Even in Ghana, you have local hosting companies. In Nigeria, we have local hosting companies like um, Go 54, right? We have an hosting company called Go 54, formerly known as Ugo Host, right? It was formerly known as Ugo Host and it's now called Go 54, right? We have Q servers. Q, we have Q servers. We have TrueHost. TrueHost. We have Host Now. Host Now. So all these are Nigerian hosting companies that you can also use, right? So I am not being paid by any of these platforms, but from my own personal experience, because you guys are my students, I'm always going to tell you what is best to use. From my own personal experience, local hosts are very, very slow most times. But if you ask me to pick one of the local hosts, in Nigeria, I will pick TrueHost. TrueHost, their services are on a good level, right? At least to an extent, right? So TrueHost is that one go-to place. If you must buy a local host, you can do that with TrueHost, right? So we have and Host Now too. So I can say TrueHost is my number one for Nigerian hosting, and then Host Now, right? Now for foreign hosting, Hostinger is always good. The only problem that Hostinger has is that they would always want to upsell you something, right? One time they'll tell you your website is filled, you should buy more space and all those kind of stuff. They will always want to upsell you something on the long run, right? Apart from that, then Bluehost is very, very good, right? Then what else? Hosting companies you should not use, right? Uh, this is based on my own personal experience. Don't use Namecheap. Based on my own personal experience, this company, Namecheap, don't bother using them. It's going to stress you. You are going to try to start using VPNs, IP address, a whole lot of stress, right? So don't use them, right? So with that being said, let's go ahead. Namecheap is not a Nigerian hosting, right? But then their services are not. My own personal experience from their services was not good, right? So moving on, right? From Namecheap. So that's all about buying a hosting and domain. So what you do is, so take for example now, if you are buying from Hostinger, right? They will show you their packages. Now, please don't be deceived by the packages you see on their homepage. That's not the real price. So can you see it? 20, they are saying $299 per month for hosting. That's far more costly than that. Let me show you. If you scroll down here, they'll show you that they have three packages, right? They have the $299 package, they have the $399 package, and they have the $799 package. You can buy any of these three. The truth is that they have other packages here. They will continuously want to upsell you later. But then let's go for their recommended package, for example. If you choose this one, right, then it's going to show you the real price, right? Can you see it? for us to get it for that price, for $399, we have to pay for 48 months ahead. We have to pay for 48 months ahead. If we reduce the number of months, let's say we want to pay for only 1 year, right? The price changes most times, right? Depending on the deal they are doing. Can you see it? If we are paying for only 1 month, that same package is going to cost us $13 per month, right? It's going to cost $13 per month. If we are paying for only 1 month, then there is a setup fee charge. Can you see it? And there is all this other stuff right there. So, to cut the long story short, when you come to these hosting companies and after you have paid money, you have bought the hosting and the domain, they would send you an email. Inside of that email, you get a username and a password. Most of them will send you an email. You get a username and a password to access something called a cPanel. A cPanel. How many of us are still here with me? If you're still here with me, just go to the comment section and say, let's go. Right? So they'll send you to access something called a cPanel. All right. All right. Nice. Jimmy A. Farm. Nice. All right. So as I was saying, you pay for hosting and domain. You pay for hosting and domain to get, when you get access to the hosting and domain, somebody say my voice is breaking. All right. Are we still together? Is my voice, is it better now? Is my voice better now? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go. Thank you. So as I was saying, right? So we have, once we have done that, we have access to the cPanel, right? So this is it. So once you have paid the hosting company, you get access to a cPanel, cPanel, right? And this is the username and password they would send to your email, right? And you get access to the cPanel, right? So now you just come here, put in the username and password you got and log in, right? Brings us to step number 2. Step number 2 is to install WordPress. Step number 2 is to install WordPress. So what is WordPress? WordPress is a content management system used to build websites. WordPress is a content management system used to build websites, right? So we can build a full website using WordPress. Now, once you get into your cPanel, we just need to scroll down to where we would see WordPress, right? So when you scroll down, you will see WordPress under this Softaculous app installer, right? When you see Softaculous app installer, you see WordPress inside of it, right? Or here, you see WordPress. Can you see software? Under the software, you see WordPress, WordPress by Softaculous, right? So whatever hosting you are using, you just need to locate where you can install WordPress. It might not be exactly the same, right? Once you log into your client area or your cPanel, look for where you can install WordPress. So once we get that, we're just going to click on this button now to install our WordPress. So once we click on that button, it pop-ups like this, and then we just click on install, right? So clicking on install now, it shows up like this. So the first thing we want to do here is, over here, we need to choose the format we want. So we're going to choose the https://www.version, right? This version is what you're going to choose. Then the second thing you're going to do now is here, you are going to choose the www. Right? The website you bought, right, is you have to be sure that it's correct. So in the case that you have multiple domains, you will see all the domains here. But here we only have one domain. That's why you're seeing only this, right? Then the next thing you want to do is to come down here and put in the name of your website, right? The name of your website. So let's say the name of my website is GoGo, right? I'm just going to type something here, right? Then here, you want to put in your site description. So your site description can best be a tagline about the business, like a motto or something, right? Like MTN everywhere you go, Glow, rule your world, digital world, dive into the exciting world of tech, stuff like that, right? You want to type that here, right? So for this website, I'm going to just say all right, let me just use this word, we sabi sell. All right, so now I'm just going to come here, I'm going to put in my username. So whatever username you want to use, that's the username you're going to be using to log in. Me, I like using my email. I like creating an email and just put it here as my username, right? So depending on what you like to do. So I'm just going to put this at admin at Lex Olowo at gmail.com, right? I'm going to use that. Then password, I'm just going to type something unique. All right. Then I can go ahead and just install. You can put in your email here if you want to. It's going to help so that it's going to be sending you emails, giving you any notification that's happening on your website. So you can put it there. Then you click on install. But I don't want to click on install because if I click on install, this website is already existing. If I click on install, I will be overwriting the existing website. If I click on install now, I am going to be installing again on a website that is already existing. So what am I going to do? I would rather create a subdomain, right? So I'm just going to come here and type in something. So if you bought a domain, this directory is supposed to be empty. Normally, it's supposed to be empty. But because I don't want to overwrite the existing website, so because I don't want to override the existing website, I will put in a subdomain. I'll make it a subdomain. So what is a subdomain? Let me explain. So you remember that my example of building a house, right? you remember the example of building a house, right? A subdomain we can say a subdomain is an extension, right? So take for example that land you bought, you gave a small piece out to somebody to build their own, or you built a boys' quarter. So the boys' quarters is also going to be sharing the same name, right? So, right, the boys' quarters is going to be sharing the same name, right? The same name with the actual website, the actual house. I mean, you get it. So that's why. So it's a standalone website, but then it's sharing the same name and every other thing. So I'm just going to come here and type in. So this is going to be digitalworld.edu.com.ng/ecom, right? Then I'm going to scroll down and I am going to click on install, and it's going to install. Exactly. Thank you very much, Bright. You got it. So I'm just going to come here and click on install. All right. So you say you do not have sufficient space to install. All right. So I've done too many examples with this, and there's actually no space to install on this platform. So let's do it this way. Let's create space, right? Let's create space. So that would even make us learn something else, right? So let's just quickly delete some things from the cPanel, from this cPanel. Right, so let's just quickly come here and create a bit of space. Okay, somebody's saying all the other settings that we should not touch. There's nothing complicated. Don't be scared. There's nothing complicated that you should not touch. It's just that if you already have installed WordPress, don't install again because it's going to wipe the one you have before. Apart from that, there's nothing complicated that you should not touch, right? So I'm just going to come here now and let me go to my WordPress. I want to create space. So these are all the subdomains I have installed in the past. Can you see it? These are plenty subdomains that are here that I have installed in the past, right? So I want to delete some of them so that we can have space to install, right? So I can delete them one after the other here, right? Or I can just tap on it like this and I can get a bulk action, right? Okay, so I'm going to make sure I leave this one out of it, which is the main website. And let me leave with this one. Maybe this one. Then I'm going to delete every other thing. So these are subdomains from students that we gave them to practice at one time. So let me just remove this completely. Right. Okay. Let me see how long that will take. Okay, it's uninstalling them. Can you see it? It's working. As it uninstalls, you see the number of websites will reduce. So let's go back and see if we have space now to install. So let's come here and let's click on install now. Okay, does not have enough space yet. Maybe it's still making space here. Okay. All right, so while this is working and loading, let me show you this same thing from another hosting, right? So this is how it looks like from. I'm getting so many questions in the. No, subdomain does not acquire additional money. You don't need to pay another money for opening a subdomain. So it says, sir, if you have been given subdomain and the owner doesn't use WordPress, will it affect the main domain user, subdomain user? No. The owner can decide not to use WordPress and the subdomain is using WordPress. It does not disturb anything as long as the domain is still live. All right. Okay. Let's try this again. If it does not work, then we need to refresh the page. Somebody is saying, how much is the domain from Digital World Tech? Digital World does not sell domain. It is me, Lex Olowo, and Bidex and Quest that sell domain, not Digital World. If you are buying a domain from me today now, it's my account number I'll send to you, not Digital World account. I currently sell at 15,000 naira. .com.ng 15,000 naira and .com 35,000 naira. All right, so this is not installing because of the errors, because of the space. Okay, let's wait. This whole deleting process should be completed. Let's try it now. It should work now. Okay, let's just refresh it and do it. It should work now. All right, so let's put this in. I said, somebody said, I don't understand. I said .com.ng, 15K. .com, 35K. All right. All right, let's come here, put in our name. Let's put in our tagline. Let's put in our password. Then let's install. Whoa. So I guess the space we created has not reflected. That's why we are having that challenge. You get it? The space we created has not reflected. The space has not reflected. Okay, somebody's asking, what's the difference? It's just the name, no difference. All right. So since this is still like this, let's just go ahead. So after installing, this is what you would have. It's loading. It's loading, guys. All right, guys. How many of you can still hear me? How many of us can still hear me? If you can hear me, just say, let's go, let's go, let's go. The network was breaking. Yeah, somebody saying, can the real owner have access to the subdomain backend? Yes. The real owner has access to everything. Has access to everything. So guys, I'm coming. I'm just trying to load a WordPress dashboard that we can use. All right. I'm coming. Okay. All right. So, okay, so I'm in my WordPress dashboard now. Please pay attention, guys. If you're here with me, just say, I'm catching it. I'm catching it. I'm catching it. I'm catching it. If you're still here with me, just say, I'm catching it so we can go ahead. All right. So, step one, get a domain and a hosting. Step two, install WordPress. Install WordPress. When you buy the domain and hosting, they give you access to a cPanel. From the cPanel, you install WordPress, and when you install WordPress in the cPanel, you get access to where we are right now, which is the WordPress dashboard, right? This is the WordPress dashboard. So you get access to the WordPress dashboard, right? Which is where we are right now. So step 1, domain and hosting. Step 2, install WordPress, right? So step 3 is to install a theme. Install a theme. A theme. We call it a theme, right? Theme. So what is a theme? A theme is a design that determines a whole lot in the WordPress website. The texture, the footer, the special effects, many things, right, is determined by the theme, right? So the next thing, once you get to your WordPress dashboard, the next thing you want to do now is to install a theme, right? So how do you install a theme? All you just have to do is to come here. So those of you that bought domain from me, I get you to the point of installing WordPress. So you start from the point where you are on this WordPress dashboard, right? And that's where you take it up from. Right? So you're just going to come here to where you see, if you scroll down, where you see awareness, right? Can you see this? Appearance, I mean. Where you see appearance, right? Appearance, right? Appearance, right? You're just going to come here to where you see themes. So you come to the dashboard, you scroll down, look for appearance, then you go to themes under appearance, right? So you click on themes, and once you click on themes, the WordPress themes are going to open up, and you can see so many things that are available for you to use. All you just have to do is to choose, right? Now, these are the things that you are going to see on default, but then if you come up here and click on add new, can you see it? Add new theme. Once you click on add new theme, it opens you to the market of so many themes, so many free themes, right? So for free themes, there are so many you can use, but I like recommending 3, right, that you can choose from. I like recommending 3 multi-purpose free themes you can choose from, right? So the first one I recommend is Hello Elementor, right? This one, Hello Elementor, right? It's called Hello Elementor. Can you say it? Hello Elementor, right? That's the first one I recommend that you can try, right? The second one is Ocean WP, right? That's the second one, right? And the third one is Astra. So this is Astra, right? So Astra, right? So you're just going to come here to activate. So for this, let's use Astra for now. So you just come here, click on activate. Then, right, you install and activate. So the reason why it showed activate was because I had already installed it before, right? So you install and you activate. So once you have installed and activated Astra, you come to your dashboard here and look for Astra. Can you see it? It's going to be added to your WordPress dashboard. Can you see it? This is Astra. So you see, you come here and you look for Astra. Once you see Astra, go to dashboard under Astra, right? Go to dashboard under Astra. So you click on, so you come to Astra, dashboard under Astra now. And then when it loads, when it loads, you come here, can you see it? Starter templates. Can you see it? We have welcome, settings, and starter templates. So click on starter templates. So you click on starter templates, then you install starter templates. Install starter template, right? install starter template. Now, after you have installed starter templates, we have two options here. You can go with the AI builder, or you can go with the classic, right? So go with the classic. The AI builder is good. I've used it a few times. It's cool, but a bit complicated. So just go with the classic. The classic too is simple. It's simple to use. So just go with the classic. So just come here and click on this. And these are all your templates that you have, right? There's so many templates you can choose from. And whatever template you choose, your website is going to look like that, right? So whatever template you choose, you're going to have a similar website to that. So you're just going to decide which template you want to choose. Now, the good thing is that if you already have in mind a kind of business, you can look for it if there is something close. If there's nothing close to it, no problem. We can always customize everything later, right? So now you see we have agency, restaurants, hotels and travel, construction, real estate, and the rest, right? Under local businesses, if you come to local businesses, we have um, electrician, plumber, and all this kind of stuff, right? And we can decide to use that website. So let me look for one, for example. Let's go to plumber, for example, right? And let me see the website available for plumbers, right? That's the templates. It's loading. All right, so these are the websites, the templates under plumber. So if you like anyone, you can decide to pick from them, right? Or you can just come here and you can go to agency, right? You'd see all the websites that have something to do with something close to agency. You can pick. If you want online shop, e-commerce, you see the ones that are related to online shops, right? And you can pick. So let's just pick one and use it for our examples, right? How many of us are still here? Are we sleeping? So let's choose this one, for example, right? So just pick this one, for example. So once you pick one, just come here and click on continue. You don't have to wait for it to load. If it loads, fine. But if it does not, just come here and click on continue, right? If you scroll down, go ahead and just skip this or continue, anyone. You don't have to fill this. You don't have to fill it here. You don't have to fill this form. Just scroll down to the end. Say, skip and build my website. All right. The website is being downloaded. The template, the starter template. All right. So you can see, congratulations, our website is live now. All right. So we're just going to come here and we're going to go to view the website, right? It's loading. So the website we installed, this is what it looks like. Can you see it? This is what it looks like. So the theme the starter template we installed, this is what it looks like. So we practically have a website already. That's what I want you to understand. At stage 3, after installing your theme, you already have a website. After installing your theme, you already have a website, right? So the next thing you need to do, which is stage 4, step 4, is to install necessary plugins. 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 Right? Install necessary plugins. Install necessary plugins. So what are the necessary plugins that we need to install? I might want to dwell here for a bit. This is one part we don't usually go deep into in the digital marketing class. So I'll dwell here for a bit. So what are plugins? Plugins are softwares that carry out specific function within the WordPress website, right? Plugins are softwares that carry out specific function within the WordPress website. Okay, somebody's asking me, is the theme editable? Yes, you can customize anything, and I'm going to show you that. That's stage 5. You can customize anything. You can customize the color, the text, the pictures, everything, and it becomes 100% your own. And that's how you build your website, right? So before we get to that stage, we need to install necessary plugins, right? So what is a plugin? A plugin is a software that increases the functionality of a WordPress website. Those of us that wrote my digital marketing exams, I guess you saw that question, right? It's a software that increases the functionality of a WordPress website. So now, all you just have to do when you are on this dashboard is to scroll down and come to where you see plugins, and then you come here and you click on add new, right? You click on add new. Now, the power of a WordPress website is in the plugins. Once you understand how to use plugins, you are already a WordPress web developer. So everything you want to achieve in building a WordPress website is in the plugins. If you want to improve, you want to be good, is in the plugins. Right? So WordPress is powerless without plugins. And WordPress is very, very amazing with the right plugins. Right? So there are plugins for everything. Right? And let me quickly talk about some plugins, right? Before we continue. Let me quickly talk about some plugins. So what is a plugin? A plugin is a software that increases the functionality of the WordPress website. So we have plugins for sliders. We have plugins for like the Elementor we're going to be using as our page builder is a plugin, right? We have plugins for SEO. We have plugins for if you want to build an LMS website, you want to build an e-commerce shop, everything is in the plugins, right? So let me quickly mention a few plugins And okay, before I mention, let me quickly tell us, where do we get these plugins from, right? Where do we get these plugins from? Somebody might know. Let me give somebody an opportunity to tell me where we can get plugins from. Raise your hand, I'll allow you on mute. Who knows where we can get plugins from? Only Dr. Benny knows. Oh. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, let me take Dr. Benny. You can unmute.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You can get plugins from where down?
That's too precise. Explain.
Okay. Let's say you have a particular plugin that your WordPress is saying that you should install to get the pro version, and you cannot, maybe you can't pay for it. You can actually download it from that site, where down.
All right, thank you very much. Ayodeji.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, the one I wanted to talk about is the one that we can get from the left panel of the WordPress dashboard.
Okay.
You scroll to plugin and then you click on, then you search for the plugin you need.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how you get your plugin. So the first way. So this is how you get your plugin. The first way you can get your plugin, right? The first way you can get your plugin is to come here to, you get on this your WordPress dashboard, right? You come here and you go to plugins, right? You come to plugins, then you click on add new. Now, once you click on add new, it opens up like this. And all these are plugins, free plugins that you can use. So you're just going to come here, then you search. So depending on the kind of plugins you are looking for, you would search. So it's either you know the name of the plugin or you know the function of the plugin. So let's say I'm looking for an SEO plugin. I'm just going to come here and type SEO, right? I'm going to come here and type SEO, right? And WordPress is going to show me are we together? WordPress is going to show me free plugins that I can use, right? So this is Yoast, this is Rank Math, this is all-in-one SEO. So based on this keyword I put in SEO, WordPress shows me a whole lot. Now I can come here and type in another keyword like let's say I type in another keyword like right? I type another keyword like cookies, right? It's going to show me keywords that I can use for cookies, right? It's going to show me cookies keywords like that. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to see so many keywords in that aspect. Now, but they are not all the plugins you need can you find here inside of WordPress. There are so many you need you cannot find inside WordPress. So you will need to go to a market called ThemeForest, right? You need to go to a market called ThemeForest, right? And inside of this market called ThemeForest, you can buy themes, WordPress themes, premium WordPress themes, and plugins, right? You can buy themes and you can buy plugins, right? So all you're just going to do now All you're just going to do now is you're going to come here. You're going to come here now, and you are going to see so many themes that you can pay for. All right. So if you want to get plugins, just come here to WordPress. Under WordPress, scroll. Come here to plugins, right? Under plugins, you will see it, right? Just see it. Click on it. You will see all the plugins you are looking for, and then you can buy from here, right? All the plugins you are looking for, you can buy from here. However, there is a way to get Node themes, right, for free, right? There's a way to get Node themes for free if you cannot pay and buy it. If you can buy it, it's better, right? That's the truth. Buying it directly, especially if your client is paying the what, don't worry, just pay for it, right? But if you want to get it for free, you can go to a website called Weardown, right? And when you get to this website called Weardown, you can download these plugins for free. Now, all you need to do is to go back to TeamForest and be sure of the name of the plugin you want to get, or use YouTube or wherever. Make sure you get the name of the plugin you want to get. So once you are sure of the name of the plugin you want to get, come to Weardown and type the name here, right? Once you type the name here, you can search for it. Let's say I'm looking for Elementor, right? I can search for it and I can get the plugin, right? I can get the plugin from here after searching for it. So you can get the plugin for free on Weardown. Okay, Layo, be fast, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, Coach. Thank you so much. I have concern about the Weardown. The question I have is that is it ethical using the free ones, and won't it affect the website in any way? Thank you.
Okay. So it is not 100% ethical, and that's the truth. The reason is because the plugins you are getting, they are plugins that other people have bought before, and they are listing it to you for free. It's like they are sharing it with you. Are you getting me now? They are sharing what they have paid for with you, right? So we would say that the company would not want you to do that, right? But then, will it affect? No, it will not affect. But on very rare cases, some of the themes and the plugins on Weardown, they carry viruses. That's the downside. On very rare cases, they carry viruses that if you use the theme or the plugin, the downside of it is that, I just need to tell you this. I won't tell you this in the digital marketing class, right? So the downside of it is that if you use the theme and the plugins, right, on a very rare case, after like maybe 1 year or so, don't update it directly. Go download a new one and put in. Because if you update it directly, you might experience a redirect in your website, especially if you use it for a theme. It's not that it does not have so much effect if you use it for plugins, but if you use it for a theme, you can start experiencing that your website is redirecting to another website, right? Because of a virus that is inside of the theme that you used. So that's just the downside of it. I don't know if I answered your question, Lio. Did you get it? So that we can continue. Did you get it? Lio? When you're asking me a question, don't unmute until I finish answering you. And don't mute yourself back until I finish answering you. All right, let's go ahead. I guess she got it. All right. Okay, so let's continue, right? So that's getting the theme from.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So that's getting the theme from Weardown, right? So let's go back to WordPress. And there are a lot of themes here. that, I mean, Teams, there are a lot of plugins here that you can get and use them for different purposes. So quickly, I said they increase the functionality of the website. So let me quickly share with you guys some of the plugins that you can use and what these plugins are used for. You might want to write this part of the class down. You might want to write some of these things down, right? So I'm just going to give you a few. There are so many plugins. Depending on the project you're working on, you need to get a plugin that will help you. And the best way to do that is to do a research. Go to Google, ChatGPT, YouTube, and search, what plugin can I use to do this, right? If you are building a website for a fashion brand, right? What are the best plugins to use for a website for a fashion brand, right? You need to go ahead and do your research. So before you start building, you know the plugins you're going to be using, right? So let's go ahead. So the first one here is Yoast. Yoast SEO, right? Yoast is a plugin for SEO, right? So for SEO, we have Yoast, we have Rank Math. Both of them are very good plugins you can use, right? Yoast and Rank Math. So we use them for search engine optimization. So when you are trying to optimize, if you want to write blog posts, you want to rank specific keyword and all that, these plugins would point you to the right direction to make the right decisions so that your SEO has very, very good result, right? So that's for Yoast, right? The next one is WooCommerce. WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is a plugin used to build e-commerce websites. So if you are here, you want to build an e-commerce website, a full-blown e-commerce website. Now, what my definition of an e-commerce website is a website where you want to use to sell more than 5 products on a catalog. If it's below 5, you can just build a normal website and put a button. But if it's more than 5, you want to put a checkout system for them, and you want them to pay online and all those kind of stuff, right? What you need is WooCommerce, right? So if you are building a website for an online shop, right, what you need is this plugin called WooCommerce, right? The next one I'm going to talk about is Elementor, which we're going to be using a lot. So Elementor is a page builder, right? A page builder we use to build the website itself. So before now, even using WordPress, you were either going to be writing HTML and CSS codes, or you were going to be using the normal WordPress interface, which was boring, right? But Elementor came and made it a drag and drop system, very easy to use, right? And that's why we use Elementor. So Elementor is a very, very nice plugin for building the actual website itself. All right. All right, let's continue. So the next one I'm going to talk about is WP Forms, right? Now, the good thing about it is that Elementor is not just a page builder. It has so many other functions, right? Like building of forms and other things. But there are other plugins that you can use to build forms, right? And we have one called WP Forms, right? WP Forms. WP Forms. So that's the name of the plugin, WP Forms, right? So we have another plugin called Jetpack. So Jetpack is a plugin. It's used for security, right? It's a plugin for website security and performance, right? We have another one called All-in-One SEO. It's also for SEO. It's also an SEO plugin, right? All-in-One SEO. We have another one called Monster Insight. Monster Insight. So the Monster Insight is a plugin that is, the Monster Insight is a plugin that integrates with Google Analytics, right? It integrates with Google Analytics. So you use it to analyze what is happening on your website. You analyze click-through rate, bounce rate, number of visitors, where the visitors are visiting from, all those kind of stuff, right? You use it to know what is actually happening on your website. It's called Monster Insight, right? Monster Insight. It's called Monster Insight. I don't need to write it. I'm trying to be fast. If you're still here with me, just say I'm catching it. If I'm too fast, say I'm too fast. Monster Insight. All right. The next one is Smosh. Smosh, 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 Smosh. Smosh is SMUSH. Smosh. So Smosh is a plugin, is used for optimizing images to make the images smaller, right? Smosh, 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 right? Then there's another one called Wordfence. It's a security plugin. Wordfence. 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 Yeah, Wordfence. Right? Wordfence. This is it. Can you say it? Wordfence. It's a security plugin. You can use it to prevent malware, cyber attacks, and all this kind of stuff, right? All right. All right. So many questions. Okay, somebody's saying, which of these plugins do we need? You need these plugins based on the project you're working on. You don't need all of them. I'm just giving you some of the names of the regular plugins, right? The regular plugins most people use and what they use them for. You don't need all of them. In short, there are some times that you're building a website, you only need one or two plugins. All right. Okay, somebody's asking, do hosting come with special features that can prevent virus? Yes, yes, yes. Some hosting comes with special features. For example, Hostinger comes with backup features, and they also come with some security features too. All right. Let's go ahead. So we have WP Rocket. WP Rocket is a plugin that is used for website speed. You can use it to improve your website speed, right? You can use it to improve your website speed. Yes, you can use 2 or 3 plugins at the same time, especially if the plugins are doing different things in the website. But it's not advisable to install 2 plugins that are offering the same service. So for example, now if you're using RankMath, you don't need to use Yoast. And if you're using Yoast, you don't need to use RankMath because they're doing the same thing. Right? All right, so another one is called Slider Revolution. Slider Revolution. This one is for sliders. You want to put sliders on your website, right? Slider Revolution. Slider Revolution. Then there's another one called Smart Slider 3. Right? Smart Slider 3. Smart Slider 3. Smart Slider 3. So there's Slider Revolution and Smart Slider 3, right? All right. So this is just to mention a few. You can go ahead and do your own research and you get to see so many other plugins and what they can do. So let's go ahead to the next thing, right? So brings us to step number 5, which is customize your website. Step number 5, customize your website. Customize your website. Customize your website. So step 1 was install hosting and domain. What's the minimum number of plugins a website can contain? There's no minimum number. What's the maximum number? There's no maximum number. But the more the plugins, the slower the website. So any plugin you are not using, don't install it. All right, so let's continue, right? Let's continue. So we have step 1 to 5 now, right? We have step 1 to 5. Yes, more plugins slow down the website. All right. It's like people have too many questions. Raise your hand if you have a question. Let's do 10 minutes question section and continue.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Mr.
Yes, sir.
Is there a plugin to optimize website speed if we install a lot of plugin? Do you understand my question, sir? Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Sorry, I was muted. I said that's the WP Rocket.
Okay, sir. Okay,
WP
sir.
Rocket. But don't install plugins you don't need.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Assuming you've seen a particular website, the design and everything, and you really like it, you want your website to look exactly the same. Is there a special way where you can take that particular website and edit it? Because I think I saw somebody making a video of that nature, that you can drag and drop a website that you've already seen, a built website, not a theme or a template. But you can use somebody's already built website and I use it as a template for your own and add it to your liking. Is that possible? And if it is, how can it be done? Thank you.
All right, so it's possible. And there are 2 ways that it can be done. First of all, you need to know if it's actually a WordPress website. So if it's a WordPress website and you have access to the dashboard, of both websites, it is easy, very easy. If you have access to the dashboard of both sides, all you're just going to do is to make this other website a template. Download the template and install it on the other website. I will show you. I can show you that. So that's the first way you can do it, right? The second way you can do it is to copy the script. If it's not a WordPress website, if it's a website that was coded, you will need to copy the script, then use a tool to replicate the script. It's a very, very complicated process if it's not WordPress and if you don't have access to the dashboard. But the easiest is if you know the plugin that was used, you can manually replicate it using the same plugin. Sorry, if you know the theme that was used. So take, for example, now, if I come to this website, I'm coming. This is Maven's Records website. This is Maven's Records website, right? This is Maven's Records website. And looking at this website, let's say I want to do something similar. Yeah, somebody's asking, how do you know if it's WordPress? Let me show you now. Right? So this is Maven's Records website. And let's say I like this Maven's Records website and I want to build something similar. Right? This is a slider. Can you see it? It's a slider that is going through from Rema to Aria Star to Johnny Drill to, so it's showing their artists, right? So they have different areas. I study it. They have career, they have blog, they have everything, right? So I want to know if this WordPress website is a WordPress website. So how do I know? I would copy the domain. Then I'll go to a website called What WP Website Is That? I say, what WP website is that? Can you see it? Once I paste that domain name here, and I search, what WP theme is that? That's the name of the website. What WP theme is that? Once I search, it's going to show me what theme it is. So now I can see the theme they are using in Maven's is Essentials. So Maven's website is a WordPress website. The Maven's Records website is built with WordPress, right? It shows me the theme they are using. Then it shows me all the plugins they are using. These are the plugins they are using. They are using Contacts from 7, right? They are using Date and Time Contacts, right? They are using Slider Revolution. Can you see that slider that is showing there? They are using Slider Revolution. This is Slider Revolution, right? They are using Slider Revolution. So it shows me all the plugins they are using and the fact that it is a WordPress website. So I can go ahead and install this same plugin. It's called Essentials. This same theme is called Essentials. I can install this same theme and I probably will find the demo they used to build their own website and I can replicate the same thing. That's one way, right? Now let me show you that this website what WP theme is that, this.com. If it's not a WordPress theme, it will show you that it's not a WordPress theme. Let me give you an example. Digital World website, this one is not a WordPress website. So if I copy it and I paste it here, right? Look at what it's going to say. Oh, not this one. Sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah. Can you see it? Digitalworld.academy appears not to be a WordPress website, right? Digitalworld.academy appears not to be a WordPress website. So I already know that it's not a WordPress website, right? So that's the answer to Mr. Sam's question. But while we go ahead, I will also show you how you can make your website a template so that you can paste it in another place, right? AY Firstborn, you can ask your question.
Okay, good evening, class. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
You said something like, is it the owner of domain and hosting or so has access to the back end something? I don't know whether I'm getting that right. Like if I obtain the domain and hosting from you, for instance, it's like you will have access to my site.
No,
I don't know what.
No.
Okay.
If you buy domain from me, for instance, I don't have access to your website if you change the password. After I install for you, if you change the password, I don't have access to your website.
Okay.
But if it is a subdomain, right? A person that has the original domain, if he goes to the cPanel, he can get access to the website.
Okay.
Do you understand it?
Okay.
He can get access to all the subdomain.
Okay. For instance, if I obtain the domain from you now.
Yeah, it's not a subdomain now. If you obtain from me now, you are buying from me. I have a server.
Okay.
I have a server. So you are buying from my server. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay. So my actual question now is, as me, I have a project to create a website for somebody.
Yeah.
Can I obtain this domain from you and work for that person, seeing that the person, or is there any difference buying from you or obtaining it directly from the company? In other words, that's what I mean.
Yes, there's a very big difference. If you have the money, buy from the company directly. You don't have to buy from me. Right? Even my goal is that you should be able to have the kind of server I have. The server I have is a cloud server that contains about 500 websites. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm with you.
The reason why you are buying from me is because it is cheaper. It is cheaper if you buy from me because I have the server than you going to buy directly from the hosting company. But if you are already making money from it, of course, you should buy a server, at least the one that can contain like 300 websites, so that every new client you get, you plug into your server. That's how we do the business.
Okay. So I'm sorry, let me ask this final. So assuming that I have a project, let's say I'm on a freelancing site, to obtain a server to obtain it from you and create a website for a customer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right. So before we continue, I know some people will be getting tired and they'll soon leave. So I have a special announcement to make before we continue. I'm going to take Mr. Felix's question. But before Mr. Felix's question, I have a special announcement. Let me on my video. I want to announce this with my video on. All right. So I have a very, very special announcement. Sorry, 1 minute, please. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. All right. So it's cool that we are having a class today. And I want to announce that it's so on the 19th of this month, that's 2 days from now, on Thursday is my birthday, right? So I'm celebrating my birthday on the 19th, right? That's 2 days from now. And I'm announcing the first set of people I'm announcing it to is you guys. So I'm celebrating my birthday on the 19th. And for the first time, I have decided to do something. I've decided to try something, right? And what I'm going to be doing is that I'm giving away all the videos I have recorded this year. So all the videos I've recorded this year, class videos, class replays, recording for YouTube, everything I've recorded this year, right? I'm putting everything together and I'm giving it away for free, right? So everything I have recorded this year, me and my team members, that's the digital marketing team in Digital World Tech Academy, right? Me and my team members. So everything I've recorded, everything Quest has recorded, everything BDEX has recorded, everything we have recorded on a computer this year, I'm putting everything together and I'm giving it away, right? So it's going to be hosted on Seller. It's going to be hosted on Seller, and I will send the link. So, but for you to download it, the Seller rule is that you pay anything. So you pay anything you like. So just once you click on the link, you transfer any amount you like. It can be big, it can be small. So, but you need to pay. You need to put in you have to initiate a transfer so that you can download it, right? Because I don't want to give the access manually, because I don't want to stress our admin members. I don't know how many people will be interested in it. So everything we have recorded, I'll be releasing it maybe tomorrow or maybe on the 19th. I'll release it. So please, that package is loaded, right? That package is loaded. When you would see the flyers and all that. And I will send the link too. So when it's out, try to get it, right? So if you want to give me a birthday gift, so you can give me, so you can pay big instead of paying small. You get it? All right. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. So let's continue. Let's continue. Let's take Ayodeji. Ayodeji, you can unmute.
Good evening once again, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I want to ask, websites built with code, are they more original than websites built with WordPress?
No. I explained this thing here before, that websites built with code have more capacity because there is more you can do with code. The one with WordPress is already built with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP, right? And everything you want to do, as long as there's a plugin, you can do with WordPress. However, where the code has power more than WordPress is that there are some websites that are not websites. If it's a website, WordPress can build it. But there are some websites that they are softwares. For example, so WordPress cannot build a software. You cannot use WordPress to build, let's say, for example, WAEC websites where people download their results, where people upload their results, where you generate scratch card numbers and all those kind of stuff. That's a software where people go live and write exam. You get my point?
Okay.
So that software can be built with So, for example, the Digital World Tech Academy's LMS, it has so many things in it that there's a part where you can check students' attendance, you can check the number of people who are coming to class, that are watching replays, you can do all those kind of stuff. So that's the software. So
Okay,
WordPress
sir.
cannot build a software, but it can build any type of website you want.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Basil.
Good evening. My question is, apart from plugins that you stated too much of it can slow down your website, what are some of the other things that can also contribute to the slowness of your website and other things that can contribute to your website being fast? Thank you.
Okay, the things that can contribute to your website being slow, there are so many. Large images, large videos, right? Too many large images, too many large videos can contribute to this, your website being slow. And poor service from your hosting. If you have a hosting company that is that their service is not so good, right? It can also contribute to your website being slow. So all these contributors can make your website being slow. Now, what are the things that can make your website being fast? Right? Using Smosh for your images. Smosh is a plugin that you use to optimize the images and make it smaller, right? Then testing the speed of your website. So how do you test the speed of your website? To test the speed of your website, just go to the internet and say website speed test, right? So when you go there, you say website speed test. You can use this tool, right? Tools.pingdom.com, or you can use this other tool, GT Metrics, right? You can use these two tools to test the speed of your website. So take, for example, now, if I click on this one, and I type this Mavis Record website, and I test the speed. So I'm just going to come here. So put in where I want to test it from, right? So let me use Europe, for example. Then I test. It's loading. Okay, so time is not permitting us, right? But look at it. After testing that website, it's showing that the website is in a deep performance, right?
Okay.
It's showing that it's in a deep performance. It shows the load time, it shows the request and all those things. Then it shows some of the things that is making it to be slow, right?
Okay.
Showing some of the things that is making it to be slow. Then it's showing some of the things that the green ones are the things that are okay with it and all that. So those are that's that to answer your question.
The video side, is it recommended you embed probably it via your YouTube link or directly on the website?
Yeah, depending on the hosting you are using. If your hosting is not so strong, what I do is, if the video is very short, if it's less than 30 seconds, I can upload it directly to the website. But if it's big, I like using what's it called? Vimeo. I like using Vimeo or YouTube, right? But I prefer Vimeo to YouTube. So I like using Vimeo or YouTube to host the video, then embed it into WordPress.
Any particular reason why you like Vimeo than YouTube?
Because everybody uses YouTube.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So let's go. Let's take Mr. Kenneth. Kenneth, you can unmute.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Mr. Kenneth, you should be the one teaching this class. I've learned this before.
Okay, let me use this as a landlord. Can I rent out my boys' quarter? I believe you understand what I'm saying, sir.
Yes, I understand.
If I have a website,
Mm.
can I use my subdomain to work for a client? Is it
Yeah,
advisable?
you can, depending on the kind of client, but it's not advisable for business reasons, right? But if it's your brother, your sister, they want to run ads sharp, you can just create landing page so that they can sell their products. But if it's a client that has their own business, the name will not tally most times. So there's no need. And
Okay, thank you.
any client that does not have the money to buy domain, it's not even a good client in the first place.
Okay, sir.
All
You're
right.
right. You're right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Balogun. Balogun, go ahead. Okay, let's take Pastor Steve. Mrs. Balogun is not here.
Hello, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My question are two. Number one, how will I know if my website is built? The reason why I'm asking this question is that, like on Thursday, when I got the domain, I was trying to build it. I have installed the plugins, the theme, and the other things. So as it was being built along the line, the data got finished. So I couldn't continue. So it's later when I started it again, I couldn't know if it has been completed or not. That's number one.
So
Then number two.
anything you are doing, can you
Yes,
hear me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Anything you are doing, copy your domain like
Yes, sir.
this and check
Okay,
it.
sir.
Just check your
Okay.
website.
Okay.
Just copy your domain. You check the page you are building. You will know whether it's
Okay,
built.
sir.
It's that simple.
Because I didn't get you well, sir. I didn't get you well.
Anything you are doing, just open
Yes,
the page that you were working on, one side.
okay.
Right?
Okay.
When you finish, refresh that page, you can see what you have done so far.
Okay. Okay, sir. Then question two. I was trying to log into my WordPress from my system because I'm using phone now. So I've been trying to log in to my WordPress from my system. It wasn't going. But on phone, I tried it once, it will go. I tried it twice on phone like that. In fact, it went immediately for the two times. Why this training is going on? But on system, it's saying no network. So what could be the issue?
Maybe there's a virus on your laptop, but there's no network on your laptop.
I think there's network.
Use another browser, and on the Chrome, clear browsing history.
Okay, sir. Okay, I will try that, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, Pastor Steve. Pastor Steve. Pastor Steve.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Happy birthday, Nava, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the gift I had. God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
My question is concerning my domain, my website that I bought. Like I don't have access to the cPanel. If I thought I can create another website from that on BDEX. Yes.
From BDEX.
Yes, sir.
So that's the downside. If you bought from us, you cannot get cPanel. What you get is WordPress. Because the hosting we have is a shared hosting.
Okay.
So there are so many other people's on there, so they can't give you the cPanel. It's not that the cPanel does not exist, though.
All right.
So they install the so. But however, if you want the subdomain, if you send him a DM, he will create it for you.
Okay. But I tried to build on that website, and they cannot get access to it.
If you want to be, you say what?
I intend to build on that website. I have only one website on that WPS, that domain, this thing, WordPress.
Why
But
do
I
you
was
want to
trying to
build?
build on that
How do you
on
build
that
two?
website
How can you build two?
for different purpose.
You cannot build two
For,
websites on one hosting now. Except if it's
okay, okay. All right. The
all right.
second question now is what's the difference between this software
You can build two
and
pages, sir. You can build two pages on
all
one,
right, sir.
but not two websites. So what is a
Okay.
website? A website is a compilation of web pages.
All right.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
The next, what's the difference between this software and WordPress? Yeah, we mentioned WordPress, the site, and software so like coding. It can be for software
Yeah.
side. What's the difference between what difference?
The difference is that if you learn how to code, you learn how to write HTML, CSS, JavaScript codes, which are used to build WordPress website too. But if you learn how to code, the plugins we are using now, they are created by programmers. So you can actually create a plugin for people like us to use if you learn how to code.
All right.
You can create a plugin, which is a software that carries out a specific function, right? You can use softwares, you can do web apps, you can do mobile applications, all those kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good. All right.
I thought you were in that class.
Okay. Yeah, I was in the class.
In the web development class.
Yes, I'm there. I'm with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't attend today. They have having a class right now. I have to attend this one first.
All right. No problem.
All right. Another question now is
Sorry, I mistakenly muted you. Yeah.
hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. I trying to build a site with LMS.
Okay.
With video, but it's only coding that can build the LMS.
Yes.
But I discovered I want to build it with WordPress.
You can build with WordPress too. There's a plugin called Learn Dash, but it's a paid plugin. There's a plugin called Learn Dash. You can use it to build an LMS, but it's not going to have. It's not going to have as many features as writing the codes, right? And to build an LMS, it's not for somebody that just started learning how to code. Do you know JavaScript?
We are on it now. We are working on it now.
Okay, you guys are learning JavaScript now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. How are you coping with that class and this class? Is it not too much?
No, it's different.
Because this class, there's a lot we are doing here too. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. No problem.
Go help me. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Mr. David.
Okay, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I just want to ask if one can edit or change the theme of an existing website.
Yes. You can. You can edit the theme of an existing website. You can change everything. You can. Okay, Mr. Sam, the last person. Mr. Sam. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. All right, Mr. Sam, we can't hear you. Okay, should we continue or we should continue tomorrow? Should we go ahead? So we have the next stage, which is customize your website. So this is where we really build the whole website, right? So should we go ahead with that step or we should continue tomorrow? All right, so let's just do a bit, then we'll continue tomorrow. Let's just do a bit. Let's do a bit because the replies I'm getting is mixed. So let's do a bit, then we'll continue tomorrow. All right, so step one, get your domain and hosting. Step two, once you get access to your WordPress, install. So once you get access to your cPanel, install WordPress. Step three, go to appearance and install a theme. Go to appearance on your WordPress dashboard and install a theme. Step four, install necessary plugins. Install necessary plugins. Step five, customize your website. Step five, customize your website. It is at this stage when you have already installed the theme. This is a theme now. Everything on this website is all around this theme, right? Now, it is at this stage I transform all these pages to become a full-blown website. That's all. So all I just need to do is to decide what I want these pages to say, especially if I chose a theme that is close to the kind of website I want to build. Now, the customization is in two aspects. And how is it in two aspects? There's an aspect called customize up here. There you customize, right? Where you see customize up here, there you customize a good part of what you're going to be doing. Then the other aspect is the web page itself that you can customize. Now, this web page itself, the web page is divided into three aspects. We have the header, we have the body, and we have the footer, right? The header, everything up here is the header, right? You can see that this is like an e-commerce store. That's why we have this sign up, we have this cart and all these things, right? Now, if you scroll down, you see we have the body. This is the body of the website. And down here, where you see this black bar, this is the footer, right? This is the footer of the website. So the header, now the header and the footer are edited at this under this customize. That's where you go to edit the header and the footer under this customize. Now, under customizing with WordPress, you edit the remaining part of the website, right? You edit the remaining part of the website. So let's go to customize now first. So if you click on customize, it's going to load. Somebody is saying, can I change the .online to .com? No, you cannot change it. You can just buy another one and add it. You can't change it. Yes, the video is only digital marketing related, not all courses on in the academy, right? The video is Facebook cash out strategy, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, social media management, YouTube optimization, all those stuffs, right? Digital marketing related, not all the courses in the academy. When I say my team, I mean the marketing team now. I lead the marketing team in digital world, not the whole other teams. All right. So once we come to customize now, you can see all the areas we have here, right? We can see all we have here. So you can see can you see under this place, we have general, we have products, we have single product, we have cart, checkout, music. Can you see it? So all this that we have here. So we can work on them one after the other, right? Okay, so many people are tired. Guys, let's end this class here today.
Yes, guys, Lex Olo here again, and I'm super excited you have made it to the end of this video. So I just wanted to let you know that I have a free webinar, right, where we can be live together in a class like this one, right? We can be live, you can ask me questions, we can do a whole lot more together. And that free webinar, I'm going to put the link to that webinar in the bio so you can register and be in that webinar. This webinar holds every Tuesday, and this Tuesday is not going to be an exception. So just go to the link in the bio and register for that webinar. See you in the live webinar.